Oh, you're okay.
A powerful tornado ripped through northeastern Arkansas on Wednesday, triggering an urgent tornado emergency as it tore through communities like Lake City and Belleville. The storm, classified as a dangerous wedge tornado, wider and more destructive than most, sent storm chasers scrambling for safety, struggling to keep their distance from its violent core.
There is a pretty good-sized tornado in front of us right now.
With multiple vortices swirling menacingly around its base, the tornado was first spotted just east of Jonesboro before barreling toward the Arkansas-Missouri state line. As it carved a path of destruction, explosions of light filled the sky, transformers erupting under the immense force of winds reaching nearly 200 miles per hour. Kopic estimated the tornado to be at least an EF3, potentially even stronger, underscoring the deadly risk to those in its path. Authorities pleaded with residents to take immediate shelter, warning that the situation was extremely dangerous. Arkansas Governor Sarah Sanders confirmed reports of extensive storm and tornado damage, with emergency personnel deployed to assist the injured. At least 24 homes in Monette and Lake City were severely damaged, and 7 people required medical attention. The devastation extended to schools as well. The Westside Consolidated School District, serving rural northeastern Arkansas, announced that classes would be canceled on Thursday after one of its buildings sustained significant damage. By Wednesday evening, over 40,000 people were left without power, as confirmed by outage tracking websites. Meanwhile, another tornado struck eastern Missouri earlier in the day, prompting frantic search and rescue operations in Potosi. Across the region, more than 15 million residents, from the Great Lakes to the Gulf Coast, were placed under tornado watches, with meteorologists urging vigilance. Lake City and Monette were among the hardest-hit areas, their streets littered with debris from destroyed homes and businesses. Power poles and electric lines lay crumpled across Lake City, leaving major highways, 18 and 135, completely impassable. The destruction was relentless. The Cache Fire Chief, Morris Watkins, reported that 2 tornadoes had ripped through the area just a mile apart, one of which tore through a farm shop and severely damaged the Simplot facility. Power poles were snapped like twigs along County Road 270, and Johnson Cemetery was left in ruins. In Harrisburg, Mayor Justin Kimmel confirmed extensive damage and downed power lines across the west side of town. Randolph County Sheriff Kevin Bell reported structural devastation along Trinity Road near Black River Technical College and Duck Levee Road. Tragically, buildings in Randolph County suffered catastrophic damage, including a church stripped of its roof. A semi-truck was overturned on Highway 67 South, and in Butler County, a family's home between Fagus and Suline was obliterated. As night fell, the storms continued their ruthless march eastward, threatening the Ohio and Tennessee valleys with more violent winds, hail, and tornadoes. Major cities, from Nashville to Cleveland, braced for impact. Even parts of northern Texas, including the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, were on high alert for severe overnight storms. The chaos didn't stop there. Flash flood warnings were issued for over 1.4 million people across 6 states as torrential downpours engulfed parts of Arkansas, Tennessee, including Memphis, Mississippi, Missouri, Kentucky, and Illinois. The flooding was expected to worsen, with meteorologists warning of a multi-day, potentially historic flood event in the Mississippi and Ohio valleys. A rare Level 4 high-risk flood warning was declared for Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Illinois. By early Thursday morning, tornado watches blanketed southeast Indiana, north-central Kentucky, and west-central Ohio, affecting over 10 million people, including those in Cincinnati, Columbus, and Cleveland. A powerful line of thunderstorms pushing eastward carried the potential for tornadoes, destructive wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour, and massive hailstones measuring 1.5 inches in diameter. Currently, 23 million people remain under tornado watches stretching from Ohio to Texas. The National Weather Service office in Paducah, Kentucky, came dangerously close to a direct hit, forcing forecasters to shelter in place for 15 minutes while a tornado passed just west of their location. The NWS office in Davenport, Iowa, stepped in to issue life-saving alerts during the emergency. But the storm's impact extended beyond just weather. Deep staffing cuts under the Trump administration left over 800 NOAA employees, including NWS forecasters, abruptly laid off in February. Lake City, Arkansas, bore the brunt of the storm. Mayor Cameron Tate confirmed that at least 5 homes were completely destroyed, along with power lines torn down by the violent winds. The Arkansas Division of Emergency Management is working closely with local authorities to assess the full scope of the devastation. In Missouri, near Pisk, homes and buildings were flattened, but miraculously, no fatalities were reported, only minor injuries. In Brownsburg, Indiana, a tornado reportedly collapsed a warehouse, trapping 1 person inside. Emergency crews rushed to clear the wreckage and rescue survivors. The storm then tore through northern Indianapolis and the Carmel area, leaving behind a path of shattered homes and downed power lines. As the night stretched on, the central U.S. remained under siege by the relentless storms, with the threat shifting eastward on Thursday. The worst may not be over yet. These storms are just part of the global crisis unfolding. If you think this is the last threat, think again. In my previous video, a 7.7 magnitude earthquake hit Myanmar, collapsing buildings in Thailand and sending shockwaves through China and India. No one is safe from natural disasters. To learn more and see the terrifying footage, don't miss the previous video.